Aquarius.
Hello Aquarius, this is your forecast for March of 2013. And if you listened to your chart last month, the forecast of the stellium that was moving through your sign, it was in your first house, your rising sign, your ascendant. A very, very exciting time for you there in February. And now this same stellium is now moving currently into your second house of income, values, whatever you find is your worth. And of course, that is also your inner self-worth. Now you have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the new moon, and Neptune all currently here hurtling together. And it's just going to bring a lot of matters to the forefront as far as how you can make money. The way you want to make it, how you're going to be attracting it, how you're going to be communicating it. I see people from afar also getting in touch with you. So it's not just here and now and in your closer community, but in the larger community as well. And also I have to say though that some of you Aquarians, you know very well that you think outside of the box, and a lot of you are explorers in your own sense, scientists, or thinking in scientific regions. And for those of you, which I want to speak to right now, some of you might be working on hidden projects. You got Pluto in the 12th house. That's not readily fully out there to everybody quite yet. You might be expressing this a little bit more later. I see April opening up for a lot of that kind of communication. But you're working with some people in higher places that can actually pull some strings for you, or you may be the one pulling some strings for them with your unique insight. You have that scientific mind, Aquarius, and you have very unusual interests. You can be looking into mining asteroids, for example, or also going down to the bottom of the ocean and as an oceanographer wanting to see what kind of minerals do we have there. Those kind of things, volcanologists, that's the top of the crest of you Aquarians, and some of the Sagittarians as well, that are really breaking new waves into new technology. Some of you are within IT technology, and you're breaking new waves as well. So for the more day-to-day based Aquarians, this also applies to you, so do listen in. But it's for you, frontier forerunners. This is especially important to you and what you're doing here now this month, as it was last month, and as you're coming into April. So listen up and do subscribe so you can get the updates here, because you are absolutely going to have not just interesting month here in March, but all the transits that I'm seeing here are potent and important, and probably the best of the aspects you can have of the full year of 2013 to make these things work for you financially. Okay, so let's get to work. We have the Sun in talks with Pluto here on March 1st, and it's also trining Saturn. So these are the people in the higher up positions that I was speaking about that you may be working with behind the scenes. That's not well known to everybody quite yet. These talks are incredibly important. I see that they have full gehör to listen to what you have to say, share, and give of your own input. Mercury is also conjunct the Sun, so the way you communicate on the 4th is very direct. And if you have other talks coming in, try to keep it between the 6th and the 7th. And I'll tell you why though. Because as you're communicating your values and your insight and the research that you have been doing, on the 6th and 7th, Venus is going to be sextile Pluto. This is you bringing this worth. Venus represents money and self-worth. It's coming across very confident, and it's trining Saturn, meaning that with the authority that you represent through all of your research and the path you've been on, you can present this in the best possible way of the entire year. So if there's no meeting set up and you're in charge to be able to create a meeting, set the date to the 6th. Mercury is going to come across very charming as well. Mercury is communication and Venus is charm. It is love. It is money. It's all those things that we value and hold close to heart. So as you're presenting this, and Mercury is also trining Saturn, which is not only your own authority, but the authority of others, is being received in a trine, which is the best aspect you can have. It shows that you know what you're talking about. It shows that you have all the insights, all the data. And that same Mercury is sextiling Pluto, which is giving you a lot of respect from these higher ups on this day. And plus Saturn and Pluto themselves are in a very harmonious aspect. So 6th and 7th, you can not just move mountains, but you can cash in on this, Aquarius, if you do it right, if you heed the messages, follow the energy that is with you. I just see magic all over your board right here. There's so much more that we could speak about, but then again, you know, it's such a limited time here. This is why I'm also putting together classes. Check the link down below. You can ask questions, come in there so we can go in depth with the very career questions that you have. Now, after the 6th and 7th, it's like you push this mountain, now what? It's going to be quiet for 2.5 weeks. Whereas that may be good on one level, because you can take a break, it might also be a little flustering because it's like you're waiting for the return. How are they going to evaluate it? If you had an interview, are they going to say yes or no? That may be lingering for a while because there's not much going on here before the 26th, 27th. Now, on the 11th, though, you have a new moon, and for you, that will be in the very same house of your income. So, and the new moons is always when we want to put in our intentions. So if your intentions are all about finance, income, this is the time to do it. And then watch for the full moon on the 27th, how you can harvest from those intentions. But this new moon, in the 2nd house, you only get that once a year. You have to wait for next February to put down financial intentions. So this is why it's going to be so important to take a little time on March 11th and focus on that. Tell the universe what you deserve, what you're looking to harvest, and then just let it go. Allow the universe to do its own thing. So let's go back there to the 26th. Okay, there's been a quiet time. Mars is coming in, which is action, drive, your goals. It will be partnering up there with Jupiter, which has been asleep since October. So no matter how hard you've been working, you might have been feeling you've been treading water, not getting back or the feedback that you deserved, because Jupiter is the blessed, abundant planet of all gifts and good things to come. It did go direct on the very last day of January, but after a retrograde and its stationaries, it takes time for it to find its traction and move forward. Now it has throughout February, so coming into March is when you're going to start feeling it. So, you know, partner Mars and Jupiter together. That's the green light you've been waiting for. Here's Jupiter coming in, supporting it. You are good to go, Aquarians, and you will receive this great news. And I see how your Mars with Pluto, their little square, is so antsy to get going on it because you have prepared. You're so ready. You're like the racehorses here at the gate, just wanting that gate to open up so you can fly, and you will. End of March 26th. And then it will be very healing too, because some of you are left feeling a little hurt and kind of like cut off from the universe. It's like, hey, where did those guardian angels go? Why haven't you been receiving, you know, what you feel you've deserved over these last 3 to 4 to 5 months? Well, here it comes. And you will be instantaneously healed, ready to move forward. And then on the 27th, Venus is conjunct the Sun, values, money, and yourself. And that same Venus is also conjunct Uranus, and the Sun is also conjunct Uranus on the 27th. At this point, it has moved into your 3rd house of communication. This is why you're going to have huge news flashes here on the 26th and 27th. That is going to go straight to your person. You are now able to kind of announce it to your closer community, to friends, neighbors, siblings, and there might be some travel coming due to this. But whatever has been working on the back burner, now you're free. And this is bringing you into the month of April, which is going to be so exciting to see where you're going to take this information, how you're going to be running with it. And so it ends on a note of Mercury communicating to Pluto. So the very talks you had there around the 6th, 7th, you're going to have new talks with whoever these superiors are. And this could also then become the time to sign the contract. Perfect time. Don't do it earlier. You can do it after the 17th, but Mercury's still moving through that shadow, so it's not giving you the best oomph. If you can wait to the 27th, you got it, Aquarius. So I want to wish you the best with all of your scientific exploration there. You are the ones that we lean to and look forward to hearing news from you. And of course, just to wrap it up, that Saturn in the 10th house of career, it's going to be with you for some time. So we're just talking tip of the iceberg for you. Now, some of this new stuff that we were just talking about that's coming together, some of it may not start before summer, okay, July onwards when Saturn moves direct again. But that's good. Hey, even though you're ready to kind of be the forerunner right now, you can still do it, but it's still going to be a little bit behind the scenes for the overall public because there's still a lot of research to be done in this new position that you are going to be focusing on. So we're looking July onwards for the greater schemes. So make sure to subscribe so you get your new monthly forecast so you can pay attention to the next chapters in your book of life. So I will see you next time. Listen to your moon sign and rising sign so you get a little bit more insight there. I will see you soon. Bye now.